Hey, and welcome back to my channel. So obviously I love recruiting. The chance to place new professionals at up-and-coming startups is exciting, challenging, and satisfying. I've gotten to work with some of the biggest names and ambitious startups and founders, and overall I loved every second of it. But it really hasn't been easy and roses from the get-go. For every amazing client I've had, there has been ones that haven't just been so fun to work with. In life, you're bound to encounter some people that are just plain hard to work with. Maybe they're stubborn, or they micromanage, or they just think they're always right. This is true of the recruiting field as well. Difficult clients are not only hard to work with, but they can even have an effect on your results. If they don't let you step back and do your job, you can't use your expertise to help them find the best candidates for the role. Difficult clients are inevitable, but the most successful recruiters know how to handle them and work with them effectively. There are some red flags that you can be aware of when approaching clients. So in this video, we'll go over how to identify potentially tough clients, the types of problem clients you may encounter, and how to effectively deal with any issues that may arise while working with them. In the end, the goal is to ensure that they're just as happy as the easiest clients you work with. And if their negative attitude begins to affect your bottom line, it may be best to move on. But before we get started, just a friendly reminder, as always, to please consider liking, subscribing, and clicking that bell. Really means a lot, completely free. Identifying good and bad clients. Poor hiring results are often blamed on the recruiter. This is an old-fashioned and outdated way of thinking. The truth is, clients themselves have a huge impact on the effectiveness of the recruiting strategies. Even the best recruiters honestly can't fix a poor work environment and negative culture. Sometimes, sticking with a difficult client is more trouble than it's worth. If they engage in toxic hiring practices and the turnover rates are high, this could reflect poorly on you. Sometimes it's best to avoid these clients altogether. By identifying potentially tough clients before beginning to work with them, you can avoid hurting your reputation by taking on an impossible task. No matter how hard you work, these clients just may not be worth it. Think about it. Companies hire recruiters to help improve their hiring process and find better candidates. But because of this, many don't understand the intricacies and nuances of recruiting. They fail to see and understand the big picture and focus purely on the numbers. Clients who don't realize the importance of the recruiting process will not prioritize it and will fall to the wayside. Make sure that your client understands that, and the best results stem from when they're collaborating and communicating with you regularly. Clients who aren't interested in a genuine partnership and just see you as a way to raise their numbers are just best avoided. The best clients understand the hiring process and your role in it, or they just want to make an effort to learn. They have hired you for your expertise, and you are ready and willing to communicate with you. They know how important the process is and know when to step back and let the experts do their job. If a client wants to engage in a collaborative process and is willing to learn and potentially change, this is a sign that they will be a pleasant client to work with. Be sure to remind clients that recruiting starts at the very top. Company culture and employee morale will have a huge impact on the recruiting process. If you see that a company's culture is less than stellar and there may not be a quick and easy fix, consider looking for another client. Types of difficult clients. AgencyCentral.co.uk has a fun list of 5 different types of tough clients you might encounter during your time as a professional recruiter. While certainly there are a wide range of difficult personalities and stubborn opinions that exist in this field, this list does a good job of summarizing some specific types of clients you may see. Let's review them. Technophobe. So while almost every company has adapted to the modern internet age with a state-of-the-art computer technology and software, there are still bound to be those old-school clients who have some difficulty grasping certain concepts. These clients tend to be very organized and knowledgeable about what they want in an employee. They also may have trouble understanding the benefits of the technologies we utilize to source candidates. You want to help these clients understand how it can help them while avoiding being patronizing. They may be hard to reach at times, but try to communicate through traditional means like a phone, email, or even fax or traditional mail. Ease their attention by keeping them involved by taking care of the technical stuff behind the scenes. The paranoid. So you remember those helicopter parents from middle school? Well, these clients are kind of like them. They want to ensure that you're worth every penny they spent on you, so they will try to micromanage and involve themselves in every part of the process. This can be helpful for understanding exactly what they're looking for, but they can quickly get in the way and stall your progress. Like this, you need to over-communicate about where you are in the process. Give them so much information that they won't have any questions. The numbers will honestly speak for themselves. Be clear about how many prospects you reached out to and the volume of responses you received. The hard nose. YourDictionary.com defines hard nose as someone or something tough, focused, unbending, or even stubborn. You may see a lot of similarities between a hard-nosed client and paranoid one, but hard-nosed clients tend to be more unflinching and harder to convince. They're set in their ways and may not be responsive to your process. You'll need to clearly communicate your process and do your best to demonstrate the value of your service and the candidates you source. You can quell any concerns that difficult clients may have by being systematic with your updates. Keeping them up to date helps build trust and ensures them you're making progress. The aloof. On the other end of the spectrum, these clients can be too easy to work with. Their hands-off approach may leave you feeling aimless and unsure about what exactly they want. This gives you plenty of freedom, but also means you may end up going through so much process, only to source candidates that they aren't really happy with at the end of the day. In order to keep them from wasting time, make sure you're straight to the point and try to get as much specific information out of them as possible without being overbearing. You will also have an easier time using your expertise to convince them of a client, so use this to your advantage as well. The expert. These clients can be patronizing and overbearing. They think they know exactly what they want and will try to control the process as much as possible in pursuit of that result. The best way to deal with these types of clients is to get them involved in the process and listen to their concerns. But be sure to emphasize that your expertise and show them the value of your service. Don't undermine them, just be complimentary and make them feel like they have a say in the process, but gently guide them to help understand what you bring to the table. In cases like this, it's best to use your expertise to locate a variety of potential candidates and let them communicate directly with the client instead of trying to convince them otherwise. This is a great way to make a stronger connection between candidates and hiring managers, and chances are they may like a few of them and start interviewing immediately. Managing client complaints. Even if you do your best to look out for red flags and avoid them, the chances that you'll never encounter problem clients are slim. When you do, always stay calm. Do your best to listen and understand their side. It's human nature to become defensive when confronted. If a client is being especially grating, you may be tempted to snap back. Take a deep breath and remember that the only way to get the best of an argument is to avoid it completely. Staying calm and polite will de-escalate the situation and ensure strong communication throughout the process. One effective way of satisfying potentially picky clients is to lay out the steps of the process clearly. Provide frequent updates and specify where in the process you are, what the future will look like. Most issues stem from lack of or miscommunication. The more clear you are about what your process looks like and how far along you are, the better. If you find yourself unable to manage a difficult client, just walk away. At the end of the day, we have the power to work with whoever we want. That's the beauty of the job. Similarly, clients have a wide range of recruiters they can choose to work with as well. If a client is a pain to work with or worse, wasting your time, sometimes it's best to just walk away. There's a good chance the client will want to keep you on, and the threat of walking away will encourage them to change their behavior. I hope this video was helpful in laying out some strategies for identifying and managing potentially tough clients. Do you have any tips of your own, or perhaps a personal anecdote about a particularly tricky client you work with and how you navigate that whole situation? I'd love to hear from you, so please make sure you drop a comment below. If you like this video, again, please consider liking, subscribing, clicking that bell. Completely free, really means a lot. Feel free to also follow me at Preston_Park as I try my best to also post daily. Thank you so much again, and we'll see you on the next one.